What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm hosting a stream with Wealth Group, going over some analysis, checking on the new products added from WoodsBot. Let's get into it. So, as you guys know, I introduced a new section into the Discord. We have obviously the top gainers, top losers. We have the OBOS, RSI divergences for majors. So we included ETH, BTC, and SOL. We also have it for hype as well.
We have top 10 market cap coins now plus hype.
We have the Monday range bot as well, which obviously whenever the lows or the highs are swept, you're going to get alerted for the majors as well as hype. The combo divergence alerts, I've had this in my corner for quite some time. We just added a channel for it. The RSI heat maps, you can click on a time frame of your choice, see the coins that are overbought, oversold. It is very helpful.
I'm just going to go over some plays that I took recently with the OBOS. I'm just going to give a brief explanation of it if you guys don't know. I'm sure that you guys have seen it before, but it is definitely one of my favorite bots that we've been able to create alerts for. Basically what it is you're getting alerted on overbought and oversold regions of the RSI. So when we talk about oversold, we're talking about anything below really 30 down and below, as you can see on my screen here. And then obviously overbought, you're talking regions about anything pretty much above 60, 50, 55, 60, and then above. Basically what this is indicating is a momentum shift. So if you guys are going to be overbought, there's going to be, and you are getting some kind of bearish divergences in the overbought area, that means a momentum shift to the downside. So you're going to be looking for shorts around this area, right? If you guys don't know what that is, with bearish divergences. And then obviously when you're coming into the oversold region of the RSI, and like I said, you're kind of down in this area, you're looking for bullish divs so that you guys can get long on. Now, for example, today specifically, if you guys follow my corner, as well as, many of the traders were kind of calling long areas down at these levels, especially reclaiming Monday low sweeps and things like that. I know John, for instance, was getting long over a Monday low reclaim. I was also looking at that, but, I was getting alerted from the OBOS divs alerts that we're getting not only, oversold, but we were also getting bullish divergences. As you can see on this screenshot here, I had a SOL alert that we were coming into the 29 region of the RSI, and we printed a 13 bar bullish divergence at the price of 82.19. So that's, as you can see too, that was alerted at 7:30. You can see that on the WoodsBot indicator, as well as it painted it on the chart as well. And you can see that it was confirmed exactly at 7:30. So it's kind of a cool little thing that the indicator does. I love that. It just kind of makes things easy and really just brings everything together, which I enjoy. But yeah, so I saw that alert, and basically my confluences were, okay, if we start reclaiming Monday lows and we have that bullish divergence, that's a signal for me to long. I had two confluences, as well as we were reclaiming and kind of breaking out of this small meme line too. So that was the confluences for really me to take the trade. And, obviously came from the OBOS divs alerts, which is awesome. And not only that, prior into the stream too, Woods was saying, we are in deep oversold regions, and, it really does make sense for me to take longs down here rather than shorts. You want to short on pops. Another one of my confluences, so this would be my third confluence, would be that we had a daily support level down here too. So I was looking for reasons to long, and again, I was alerted, as well as just with my technical analysis, it basically told me to long. One thing too is that I've noticed inside of the new education and bot section that Woods has set up here. In the giveaway submissions, guys, I've seen a lot of people, and I love it. When you're looking at the OBOS divs bot, just because you guys are getting signaled that this is a bullish divergence in a oversold region doesn't mean you just slam long without actually looking at the chart. Make sure that you guys are having confluences. I love the eagerness and things like that just to get long, and it's luckily for a lot of everybody in the section, it's been playing out to you guys' favor. But make sure, please do not just take this as a long signal. Make sure to add confluences, please, okay? Because I don't want you guys to get caught offside. You still need extra confluences. This is just one. Now, let's say, you were to get a Monday low sweep with bullish divergences. That's two confluences, okay? Start stacking those confluences, because it is important. The other thing I want to explain too, before we get back onto the charts, guys, is that OBOS majors, this isn't released quite yet. I'm still kind of working on some things. If you guys were wanting to basically filter out the alerts, because obviously this is the 10 market cap coin OBOS divs, you can go into WoodsBot Access and actually select what alerts you'd like. So if you want just majors, you click the majors and then you get the roll. And then if you want divs or all of them, you know, you can click all these rolls and you know, get alerted with specific things that you want to get alerted with, right?
Oh, we're flying here on BCH. Yo, let's go, baby.
Woods is bringing up BCH. He took the long probably based off of many confluences, but one of the confluences that I did notice is that the OBOS divs bot actually called a BCH alert at 12:30 on a 15-minute bullish divergence. So I go down to the 15-minute bullish divergence. You can see that bullish divergences are stacking. So it's a good area to long, but with also multiple confluences. I was looking at BCH when Woods called it. And again, we're in a long zone, where it's a logical area. We're in a bullish, you know, Fibonacci support down here as well. Multiple confluences, guys. And I'm actually going to screenshot this 15 and 30 on BCH because I do think it's just a really good example of how powerful this bot is. It's literally firing off signals to either long or short, and they're at very, very logical areas to do so. Every signal that it sends out, again, logical. You want to start looking for longs or shorts based off of these alerts. So I can see 12:30, the bullish divergence confirmed right at the bottom here. It was a 19 bar. And when I say bar, it's the amount of candles. So it was a 19 bar, roughly right there. 19 bar bullish divergence, which is again a really good setup if you guys play bull divs and whatnot. You can see too on the 4-hour RSI as well, we're still very in the oversold region, and we're reacting off of the bottom of the RSI, which is the 30 area. I mean, this looks like more of a continuation. Now once we start getting up into the 50 RSI, I would look to short because that's resistance as well, and that kind of lines up with our analysis. So I'm not really looking to short, guys. We just reclaimed Monday lows. It's not really indicating me to take a short anyways. People are struggling to find trades in this market. The OBOS divs, as well as every other kind of bot that we have, Monday low and Monday high sweeps, these are basically alerting you on possible trades to take. Now, the one thing too, guys, is I wanna update you guys on a little bit as well. As you see that these little ones right here, these ones are false and we're fixing it. We're going to be fixing it pretty shortly here. Again, we're looking for anything that's in the oversold or overbought region for RSI, bullish or bearish divergences. These ones that are getting caught in the middle, I wouldn't look at these again. We're going to be fixing those. Yeah, we're long SOL right now, Seb, and I'm kind of targeting 79.50, which is daily resistance right now. So I'm going to be waiting for the OBOS divs bot to alert me that there's going to be bearish divs up here in the, like I said, 79.50 region, and I'll look to short and take profit off of my long.
I have my eyes set on like a wick retest here. I like this little pocket here, like this little wick held here into the weekend, and I mean just trapped longs. Whoever wanted to long that got absolutely wrecked. I like this as a retest level here, so I'm gonna be looking for this pop, which again would tie in well with the mid end of this order block here. That's kind of what I'm looking at for a short. I mean, if we do flip this level, I gotta assume that we're gonna move up towards the highs here, and that would in turn make me think that we're gonna initially take out that wick before any reaction wants to happen there. When price pushes up above the initial breakdown of this order block, we're going to most likely retest before anything, unless we get aggressive continuation here. Just because there's RSI divergences piled up on the first push does not mean that's going to hold, and that's your intuition speaking. So you got to take what's logical, and obviously what was logical here was the RSI divergence that piled up at the bottom end of that order block. Double divergence here in oversold territory on the hourly after we had a nice reaction here that played out into the weekend, I'm assuming, of course, and then rejected after the weekend. And then we had RSI divergences try to pile up twice in the middle, which eventually this side held for a little bit. And then we had this compressed lower high hourly divergence flash again that played out.
That was where you shorted, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, right over here.
That was a big short that you took, and I know a lot of people were definitely impressed with that short. I mean, I was as well. Now, what were your confluences other than that bearish divergence? I'm just kind of curious for the members as well.
Yeah, so I had a few. When we see in price here that we're trading under 2021 market cycle top, this is a previous level that we've resisted before the most recent push up to all-time high, we've left this weekly demand level here and sliced through it, and we eventually held that level. So for us to chop around this long and to hold below 69K, that 2021 market cycle top, as well as kind of have this little one-day level of supply get retested, that for me was a short more than anything. We were under the level with invalidation so tight here. It made me more confident too, because these pushes get so aggressive when they happen. And again, like, look at this seeping price action here on the weekly. If we're not taking out any of these highs, and really the one high would have been that 70.2K weekly high that I would have looked to get taken if we did flip and hold at 68.6K level, of which would make price look kind of all right if we were to close that weekly level above, but that didn't happen, and we had that rejection. And that's kind of what I was looking at, on top of obviously the smaller time frame confluences that I had were more or less to give me confidence throughout the trade. I was looking at that level. I was looking at that level all week. Also, I was getting flashes from the bot all week long. The bot literally ties in all my confluences that I'm looking at anyway, and it wants to short 68.6, 69.6K super aggressively. It started out at 69.6 right after price was over here, and then it looked to short 68.6 when price was over here, and then it looked to cancel it again, and then look to short it again. It saw confluences that made me more confident, and for me that means more than anything, especially if that confluence works more often than not. And it doesn't even have to work all the time. It just has to work in your favor when it comes to positioning sizing, and that's what matters, is position sizing. If you see that there's not so many hourly divergences printing, and I don't mean there isn't like a small amount printing within this range, because there is a lot of them, but when you put it like in perspective, like this is over a 2-week time frame, and it was only a few RSI divergences that were really worth playing on the hourly. And again, that all has to go with momentum, that all has to go with how you see things, that all has to go with the type of levels that are holding, the type of confluences that are happening. Like right here, you had this smaller time frame build up here after RSI divergences already failed twice. You have a deviation of this level of demand here with a sweep of these lows and a close above. That's an SFP on the hourly. That's a front run and a hold of this level here. That's easy invalidation for a play for a long. You know, it's a good long to take. It's a long that we talked about. It's not a long that I executed on because I longed here and then it moved up here and then it took me out here and I didn't re-enter. But that happened. That's why I've been trying to stress only playing a few plays rather than all the plays. Right now, I'm seeing hourly look to pile up here. Obviously, we have the Monday low right here that's looking to reclaim, and we're looking to push up. So if we reject 65.2 a little bit aggressively, I'll be a little bit more patient, assume that we're going to sweep. If we could reclaim it, maybe we push higher. I'll look to push the highs here, maybe move up to Monday high, or we print a lower high at the Monday high. I'm kind of looking at what happens here today.
And I just want to highlight to you guys, you know, with him explaining not only his short trade that he took, which again, it was a massive trade across, I mean, in my opinion, across the market there. You see that how he describes not only his higher time frame confluences, but also his lower time frame confluences. And then now he's tying in, you know, bot alerts, you know, the limit order bot as well for targeting shorts. These things that he's analyzing in his confluences, again, it's giving him further confidence to not only stay in the trade, but also size up in the trade. Very important lessons there, guys, in my opinion. When it comes to finding trades, he gave you 2 examples of how the bots signaled the trade that he took on BTC. And then he was just tying in his confluences as the trade was playing out and as the trade formed. So really good examples there. I appreciate being on. Always an honor streaming with you, Woodsy. It's been a long time.
Good things take time, my brother. But we're going to do this every single week. I always appreciate talking else with you. I talk every day with this guy, so to hop on a stream is nothing new for me. I feel like I'm just having a conversation with you, Bubba.
The boys. And that wraps up the stream. We have a stream Friday as well, so
I appreciate everyone sliding by. I'm gonna do this every week on Tuesdays. I got my stream on Friday. I got a lot of content coming out. I appreciate all the love on that too. Instagram's popping off, so let's fucking get after it, baby. Peace, guys.